1 minute, everybody. Stupid music will be up soon. Oh. Big ol'. Yeah, okay. We're doing the short one today. So, welcome to Plot and Peril, everybody. I am Justin, and this is a Raven, and we're running a minute or two late, and less than competent than usual. Yeah. Oh. So it's been a few days since we've been here.
Yeah.
I'm blaming it all on Raven, except for one day that was my fault, but I'm still blaming that on Raven.
Well, blame the weather.
No.
I had no power.
No. Don't tell me this. You got the witchy voodoo and the chakras and the alignment crystals and the triangulations of the irregular galaxy. It's all your fault.
See, I didn't have any of them charged up. See, so
Yeah,
then when we lost power, I couldn't use any of those.
Yeah. Because you can get power from chakra crystals. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah, because Mr. Curie could figure out how to put a little crystal on a circuit for running a current stabilization doesn't mean your chakra crystal can be used as a freaking power reactor. There are people out there that believe that, Raven. We know some of
it's not
them.
that. It's
We know some of them.
Copper and zinc rods. Copper and zinc rods, and you can use those to keep pests out of your garden too.
You can use them to keep pests out of your garden, apparently, but you can't use them to run your toaster.
Yes, you can. There's a
if you stick them into a potato.
I don't know about the potato, but I saw a video where you can charge your phone.
If you stick them into a potato.
You don't stick them in the ground, you stick them in a potato? Are you for real?
Well, anything that has a, is it nitrous or glycerin based decomposition? You never made a potato battery? You never made a potato battery in grade school? No, you should look that up later. Yeah, but you can't.
Too busy
you can't
going to church.
you can't focus your chakras into the crystal and then use the crystal to power your toaster. You can't do that.
No, I imagine not. No. But if you put pressure on it, you might be able to get a current. Like if you take a crystal and you go
Like
in
a
a darkened
static
room
shock.
and
Like
you
a
hit
static
it
shock.
with something, it's called piezoelectric
Oh yeah,
energy.
yeah, yeah. The little you get
You get a spark of light,
the
but
you get the cascade of
they're,
light.
they're better. They're better used to store, amplify, and reflect energy, and that's why they use them in crystals or computers and watches and things like that,
Yeah, yeah. And that was
rather than just be a steady power source. I mean, they're good.
Madame Curie's husband figured that out. And then they both died from radium poisoning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And that's how we know you don't put radium in your breast pocket. They were walking around with an ounce of radium in their shirt pocket because you could feel the tingle.
Oh, really?
Oh, so they thought it was like maybe like a vigorating thing, right? Because we're coming off the 1800s pseudo mysticism of science, right?
Right.
Uh,
They really
and,
had some good ideas back then.
and then they said, "Oh no, wherever we're putting this against our skin, we're getting blisters. We better stop doing that." But it was too late.
Yeah, too late. Yeah. Imagine if it tingled, they might have
Yeah, well,
some odd places.
nobody knew what radiation poisoning was yet.
Right. Right.
Oh,
What's interesting is now that we do know what that is and the symptoms, you go back and you look at the Old Testament in the Bible, the symptoms that people had after coming in contact with the Ark of the Covenant match radiation exposure.
probably because it had like plutonium was used for a color. I think like there's a color of book dye green. I think it's green. Like if you have a book made before a certain date and the cover cloth is green, you don't touch it with your bare hands
Really?
because the material they used to make that green was radioactive, or
Oh,
if not
wow.
radioactive, it was carcinogenic of some way. I can't remember. I'd have to Google it, and
That's interesting. I've got some
I,
old books of my grandma's, though. I mean, do I need,
they have to be
do I
really
need to?
old, like over 200 years or something stupid like that.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I
like
no,
like
you're right. Okay.
still using vellum instead of
I
paper,
do have a
kind
couple
of.
of books that are vellum. They weren't grandma's, but okay, but they're red. So is red
Yeah,
okay?
I have no idea. I think it's green. I'm pretty sure red's the safe one.
I'll hope so.
But like you would know, you if you've been touching it in any prolonged way, you would have gotten sick. Um, from what I understand.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's wrong with me. I haven't read those in a long time. I ordered some really, really old books about Joan of Arc. They came from France, and they're
Yeah.
over 100 years old. And I got
Uh,
an old Bible that is from 1892, I think, 1890 something. Um, that's pretty cool. So they made the cover with the so the color it was in the dye, right? The dye. They probably made clothes with that dye too. Then
yeah.
probably knows what.
Um. Oh, yeah. It was Paris green or
Paris
emerald
green.
green,
Okay.
Victorian era. Arsenic. It was arsenic.
Arsenic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So pistachios or whatever. Uh,
Don't lick the cover.
don't look the cover. Do not let the cover. Arsenic poisoning is serious.
Mm-hmm.
There is only a 3 month period in Poland in 1943 that arsenic poisoning was widely survivable.
Really? What made it survivable?
Raven, think about the time frame and location.
Poland.
1943,
World War
Poland.
Two. Yeah.
Poland.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Well,
what
why
was
did that?
arsenic used to do in 43 in Poland? In a gaseous form.
Oh, I forgot that can be a gas. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
I was thinking it just in purely a powder
yeah, no.
physical form. Okay, gaseous form. So that's what they. I didn't know that's what they used. Would you get down from there? Here, hold on.
Yes.
I have a naughty cat. Here, you're gonna knock that candle over.
Raven.
Set yourself on fire. Come on. Here, go back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Tails are really
Hello,
funny when they
Renee.
catch on fire. Hi, Renee. How you doing?
Yes. I'm mad at Raven for being late.
And you're.
It's been a whole 7 days. I've been here. I've been sitting in this chair the whole time waiting for you to arrive.
And you need to get a
Oh,
life, my friend.
like, when's this woman gonna show up? Oh no, I got a life. It's a dull one. While sitting a lot.
So did you do any writing while you were sitting there waiting on the
Yeah,
fine day
yeah.
or whatever?
I did some writing.
Well, good. What
I
did you write
think I
about?
might have come up with an idea for the outline of that one story that I've been stuck on with the space guy, Chad. Uh, I think I might have come up with an middle for that. And I wrote an action scene. Um,
Is there anything you can share?
I don't think. I think it needs to polish through first. I want
Oh,
to. I
come
want
on.
to. I want to actually finish a first outline before I send something out anymore. Because every time I do that, I end up people like this. I can move on to something else now.
Well, do you have anything I can read? For is it
Uh,
ready? It's ready.
maybe maybe on Monday.
Maybe on Monday. Okay.
Maybe on Monday.
We'll go with that then.
Yeah. If the world hasn't flipped upside down and you're like,
Yeah, no doubt.
my internet's out, or I'm like, I want to take a
We
nap.
had we had really bad storm. We had flash flooding. I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about that so much here on this hill, which is nice. But yeah, the roads even down here at the bottom, the highway down here was flooded out, and we got so much rain. It just rained heavy, and it just kept coming down in just bucket loads.
Bucket loads.
But, yeah.
Yeah. What you need to do is set up one of those potential energy storage things, right? It's like it catches the water and it does like a turbine thing. If you're getting these rainfalls all the time,
Oh,
or at least for an entire season, and it stores it in a battery, and I
oh,
just use that for power
that's
instead of paying the hydro guy for like a day or two.
I'm sure the cisterns.
Uh, so
There's an old cistern
you
here.
you might call it something else. Our largest power plant is called Hydro One.
Okay,
Yeah, the electric guy.
right,
And most people don't get it because hydro is water, right? But
right.
all of our power plants were originally like waterfall and dams, and then we had the coal plant that closed in the 80s because we had a nuclear plant that was like ramping up, and still our nuclear is water boiler, right? They're can-do reactors.
Hmm.
So most reactors, um, like most efficient reactors, boil water that pushes steam through a
Okay,
thing
that, like
to push.
Fukushima, and that's why
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
having the. Okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, gotcha.
And the
Okay.
can-do reactors are designed here,
Hmm.
um, and then we sell that design around the world, or we used to.
So, are you getting some of these data centers that they're
Oh, of course
building?
we are.
Well, I saw a map, a chart that somebody sent to me, and my state, Illinois, is getting 244 of them. Now, next
Well,
door
that's absurd.
to us is Indiana, and Indiana's about the same size as
Yeah.
Illinois. They're only getting 29.
Well,
244 is just
okay. So
extremely excessive.
yeah, yeah,
California's at 321, I think,
yeah. Well,
and it's
it's is
three
it
times the size of Illinois.
that many locations or that many like square feet? Um, because data centers are nothing new. They've been around since like the 30s, right? And
Well, yeah,
computerized ones,
but
but it's the ramping up for like AI. Like it's not
yes,
the storage of data, right? It's the processing power.
and it's everybody's all up in arms because they're pushing this and driving this so hard, so
Well,
fast, and it'll
it's
eat up a lot of the power and water
yes.
supply, and then have to put up with
Well,
this annoying hum.
the hum is they're mostly underground. Um, so the
No,
hum
they're
the
above ground, aren't they?
no that there's only a service building. They have to be underground for cooling reasons. Uh, so most of those data centers, like you'll see a big like a warehouse looking building behind a like a security fence, but then
Hmm.
when you go into that, it's just like 3 or 4 stories down.
Oh,
It's like a parking
why?
garage,
Why
but
do they need
instead
all of these data centers? Is it
processing
data or
power.
data? How are you supposed to say?
It doesn't matter that word can be pronounced either way. Um,
Okay, what do they need all this
uh,
for?
and it's spelled the same way.
All of our
Um,
emails and cell
no,
phone
no, no,
records
no.
and stuff are.
So basically these centers are just giant computers like your computer, right? So your computer can store information, but um, it also can process it, right? So when you make a request, um, when you make a request on your computer to do something, it has to think, and that takes up a certain percentage of its ability to think to achieve a task. And now, because of all this AI, that takes a lot of processing power, and they want to rapidly increase the capability of AI, like the ability of its doing tasks more frequently and faster. So it needs more thinking capacity. That's why, if you look, the price of RAM is going up because random access memory, that's what it stands for, is what does the thinking. It does the retrieving of information and putting it in the new pile of information that you need to have done. Um, so those chips are being purchased a lot to build these specialized AI processing boards, uh, and so they're building all these facilities so they can have more compute, right? More computations done at the same time. Um, and the big problem is not that they're building these things; it's that they're putting the cost of building them on the communities. They're doing they're doing what I like to call the sports arena model of financing. You pay for it, and we own it. You maintain it, and we use it. You pay us to use it, and we collect the profits.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've been in a city in North America that has a sports arena in it, that's how those were built.
Mm.
And they're doing the exact same thing with data centers.
Well, why the variance in numbers?
Because that's, where they could get somebody to go and build one.
Is that resistance on the
No,
part of the state
no,
government
no. All the
saying, okay,
states are,
we're
all
going
the
to do?
state governments are bought in, right? Like you have no democracy in the U.S. You
Yeah, I
have
know.
no representation
I'm
whatsoever.
painfully
Like,
aware of that.
it's no different here.
Like, why would
We're like this much better on a scale of whatever. But
not for long? I guess we're going to take you guys over
no,
too,
well, you aren't
and
you
Greenland.
aren't in charge of you. So,
It's crazy. It's just
you
absolute.
know, it's
Um,
what did I hear? I heard from I was watching a thing with a politician from the UK, or yeah, I think it was the UK, or maybe somewhere else in the European Union. Um, and it was like, our government is ruled in Washington, but Washington's government is ruled in Tel Aviv. You know,
yeah. Hmm.
uh, which is like something you could learn about and use for a plot in a thriller novel. Thrillers. It's
Not
like
for me.
spy
I
mysteries.
try to forget. I want to reprieve from
Yeah.
all this shit that stresses me out and pisses me off.
Well,
So
well, 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 what you can do is take that, throw it into a blender, have a protagonist dealing with it, and write it out in 30 to 60,000 words, where the thing that's making you angry gets its ass thoroughly or ambiguously whooped, or at least what Hydra's head of it, or Cerberus's head, or whatever multi-headed thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh, gets his ass whooped until it
I've always
shows up
wanted to.
later.
I was wanted to and fantasized about living in England or Ireland or Scotland, and definitely they're like at the top of my bucket list to see. But nowadays, if I lived there in Great Britain in any one of those United Kingdom areas, I'd be in jail after the stuff I've said on my radio show. They are jailing
Nah,
people. They're even jailed people for liking comments that somebody had stated something derogatory about the government and things like that.
yeah.
This is a very real
Well,
thing. Now they're doing the they're
not
doing
the
the.
British government, another government.
I mean, I can't believe how draconian their systems
Yeah,
become. It's really scary. That worries me.
yeah.
Ouch!
And that's spreading, right? Like, you
Really?
should see, they're starting that in Florida as
The
well.
digital ID. You
No,
mean?
the arresting people for being too critical of Israel.
They are doing that in Florida?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Ouch. You know of
No, no,
they've arrested someone already? You know?
I think so. I think so. But they've put the framework in the laws already.
How
So
can they
it's
do that? That goes against the Constitution.
like, that matters. You know how many things go against the Constitution in the U.S. in the name of defending the right of Israel to be dominant over your country? Just look at the BDS laws, right? BDS, BDS, which is funny because you have the M on the end, and it's so much funnier. But it's divest, uh, uh, boycott, divest, sanction. That's what it stands for. And it's a movement that mostly is like they recruit on college campuses to lobby, like their protest groups, to lobby universities to not deal with Israel, and something like 40 states have made it illegal for this organization to exist. In other words, if you take part in this, if you're a business that refuses to do business with Israel, the state will not do business with you because you don't have a right to not do business with Israel. So
Really?
so if you're a factory, if you own a factory that makes toilet paper and you refuse to sell toilet paper to Israel, the state will preclude you from procuring the contracts to sell the state toilet paper.
Oh my God.
And yes, state facilities need toilet paper, right?
Well,
Like
yeah.
the local city hall and the
Right.
schools, right? Like all the schools need toilet paper. They have to buy that from somewhere, and they don't send a teacher down to the local Wilco's to pick up a 24 pack of 2 ply. They
Right.
buy it in bulk from some manufacturer. Well, if you're a manufacturer of that toilet paper and you don't sell it to Israel, like you have a stated goal of not selling to Israel, um, or like there are towns, like small towns, that that like all across the U.S. governments, municipalities they give percentages of their local budget to the state of Israel, and if they don't do that because their budgets are running red, they get cut off from state funding.
What made me mad is to find out that they have free health care for everyone over there, and we don't have that here, and we're
Oh
sending it. I don't know how many billions of dollars every year for what. I don't know,
yeah,
but
and like like that little bit of money that comes from like Jacksonville or Kentucky Stan or Taco whatever, or I don't know what town is that doesn't count as the money being sent to Israel as aid. That's just like gravy on the side that just appears in their doorstep. Uh, it's like when I heard that there were like townships that were like getting state funding cut off from them because they weren't giving money to Israel. It was like,
what? Oh my God!
yeah,
This is the first I've learned of all of
yeah. I
this,
just learned about that like 2 weeks ago.
um, and I had no idea about really most all of it. And, and you can't really question anybody about it
Because
because then you get fingers
labeled,
at you and you get labeled and
you know, like I just found out that the owners of the largest bookstore in Canada, Indigo, give a percentage of every sale directly to the IDF. Not even the government of Israel, the military of Israel.
wow, wow.
You know, the people that operate drones that make baby crying sounds, so when people come out to rescue injured children, they get killed.
What?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
those people get money from the sale of whatever stupid
They have
kids.
drones mimicking a child in distress and then shoot the people when they come out to. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the most moral army ever. And
Mm,
you can look that up. You can look that up.
I believe you. I believe you.
Uh,
That's pretty low. I'm sure there's a special place in hell for people like that. One would hope, at least.
oh,
Well, let's. Shall we do some writing?
I will set the writing stuff up. Now that I'm super depressed.
I know. It's like we need a break. Yeah, attitude adjustment and a yeah.
Okay, I'm muting that.
Yeah.
We can close that. Knock those down. I wish the profiles were a bit better on this.
The profiles.
The scene profiles like this. Because there is a timer built into Restream, but it's only for the start of streams.
Oh.
And I wish we could use it instead of having the one that that I have to pull in from outside. Um, and also, like, I wish I could set the music and the volume it's set at to a profile. I might be able to, but because I'd have the lo-fi on at like 2 or 3 just the whole time, and then like click a profile and the timer comes up and we're in the corner and the lo-fi is bumped up to like 12 or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the lo-fi music, right? You can find that on YouTube, just like hours of playlists. It's really good for helping the subconscious work in short bursts. Like we use it for like 20 minutes, but if you use it for much longer than that, it becomes consciously exhausting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There have been studies like it'll drain you. Like you'll become more psychologically exhausted.
Okay.
If you use it for lengths longer than about an hour.
Does the type of music matter, or is it just in general?
There are studies like, but I don't have them all memorized. I just remember that factoid because we use it.
So you don't know if it's that particular type of music that has that effect, or if it's just music.
It's that particular type of music that has that effect.
Okay.
That specific effect, but all the kinds of musics have different types of psychological effects when writing.
Okay.
You'd have to look into what they are, though.
Because I know, like I've noticed some of the playlists that I'll make in YouTube, my normal rock and roll / heavy metal music, great for cleaning house. Really gets, not great for if you're trying to write. It's very distracting, in fact, and agitating. It's interesting how music will affect your ability to
focus
and your energy level. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the ones. There's something to do with like classical music not being good for writing, or something.
That surprises me. Really?
Or maybe it's really good. I can't remember.
I would think it'd be really
something to do with lyrics as well. Like you might not want lyrics unless you're going to tune them out.
That's distracting to me.
Yeah.
I would think classical music that would probably be stimulating for the creative mind, for your right brain type. That's interesting. That's something I'll look into. I've got a book about music and harmonizing and different frequencies and how it affects the body. And I haven't.
There was.
I haven't read it yet. It's by what's his name? He was a writer
Chakra
for Rolling
Crystal
Stone.
Master number 7.
No. This is somebody. He wrote for Rolling Stone magazine, and and it had he has a list in the book of all of the song titles and the group who have written songs about UFOs. And then
of course you would have a book where someone would be.
It's really interesting though. The Beatles have quite a few. based on a UFO that John Lennon saw from his London apartment that was overlooking the Thames. And yeah, he even this is how the story goes, the legend. Don't know if it's true or not, but yeah, this part is true. He used to John Lennon bought a sarcophagus from Egypt, and he used to meditate in it daily, for real. That part I know is true. That was even in my uh,
Yeah, I know how he
but
meditated in his sarcophagus. He had a hole drilled into the side and like a bong fitted to it.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure.
He turned that thing into a fucking body-sized hot pot.
But I mean, at one time, London was flooded with all kinds of antiquities from Egypt, and you could even have they had mummy parties. Now, just this is separate from John Lennon, but they would
Yeah,
have mummy parties because they would buy these mummies from Egypt before the Ministry of Antiquities was established, and they would have these unwrapping parties, and you would have to do something, I don't know, like win at cards or be they would have their own little lottos, because then you could unwrap underneath the wrappings of these mummies on all of them. There's certain gems and different little carvings of protection amulets and things like that. And so then they would have these unwrapping parties, and you got to keep whatever uh, talisman or amulet or whatever was underneath that. You could unwrap the arm, say, or then this next person could unwrap a leg or the torso or neck or whatever. Yeah, they used to be able to do that. But anyway, back to John Lennon. So he used to meditate in this sarcophagus daily, and he got in a conversation with who's the guy that can bend the spoons?
Oh, that guy was
Uri Geller.
like,
Uri Geller.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
you know what happened to him? Carson, was it Carson? Speaking of Carson, because the name of the video I just put in the link is by a guy named Carson. He had him come out, and they switched his spoons on him, right? And he couldn't do his trick because his spoons were rigged.
His spoons were rigged, really?
Yeah.
I know people that have done that.
Yeah. Well, with the rigged spoons, you definitely can do it.
Well, no, I mean, I know people that have done that, and I got mine to bend a little bit, but not like he can bend them. And I think it might have something to do with just the heat in your fingers, heating up the metal and making it a little bit more pliable. And if you got some cheap silverware, I think it. Anyway, he gets into a conversation with Uri Geller. Okay, and Uri Geller and him are talking about UFOs, and Uri Geller gives John Lennon this ring and tells him that he can meet aliens.
You want to know the origin of the modern UFO story? You should read more Robert E. Howard, because it's all ripped off from his stories.
I've never heard of Robert E. Howard.
You've read a Conan story when we used to do them with Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert E. Howard. All of that. Like, there's a whole thing you can watch about how the guy in Amazing Tales would do these like UFO stories and claiming they were real, and how his editor, like the magazine owner, was giving the editor shit for publishing this crap, and all the stories were ripped off from Robert E. Howard's stories. Like the green tablets thing. That
Emerald
was ripped,
tablets.
Yeah, the Emerald tablets was ripped right out of a Robert E. Howard story, and all of the UFO stuff comes from that.
No, the Emerald tablets have to do with Thoth. He's
the but
head, and those were supposedly
Raven.
There is a green tablet.
That was the origin story. The green tablets are fabricated. The guy that made them,
there's only one, and I know that they're fabricated. All that was fabricated, but there is one Emerald tablet.
Yeah, and that was fabricated, and
No,
that guy ripped the story off, and I mean like literally beat for beat from a Robert E. Howard story.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember that guy's name that tried to
Yeah.
say that this was all, but the whole thing is taken off factor. There is actually one emerald tablet.
No, that's the lie.
No, there is one.
You should.
There's
You
not
should.
a bunch of them. It's not like a book, like they're saying, because they've got all kinds of stuff from that. But no, there is one, and it was found underneath the Great Pyramid when they attribute to Cheops, because there's a whole underground facility there that they've known about, and it's been open to the public, and they call it the Halls of Osiris or something like that. And they had a mystery school down there, and there's one, but somebody took that and then made this story up that there's all these tablets and this whole like book written by Thoth, and this is all this ancient secret wisdom that's in here and all this kind of horse shit. Yeah, but there
No,
actually
well,
is one.
well, that was ripped off from a Robert E. Howard story, in which the green tablets and the lizard people all come from.
Lizard people are real. I
Yeah,
hate to say
they're real in a Robert E. Howard story.
No, they're real, and even the government is disclosing that. And I'll send you an article.
With their
So-
AI pictures of human aliens with hands larger than Trump's.
Isn't that cool? I'm like, what does this mean? Yes, because there's no caption, there's no nothing,
What
about
it means is,
and
do-
yet,
do-
and you see this
do
alien,
we-
like,
do we need to
things.
go back to that abortion of an episode we had a week ago or 2 weeks ago, where I showed you that video from the whitest kids you know?
oh, yeah,
We're at war with Iran, Raven. That's what it means.
no, that doesn't have anything to do with this alien thing. But I
That's
found it interesting that they had him,
that's exactly what it means.
shackles on his feet, and you could tell it was AI because the shackle on the one wrist.
No, you can tell it's AI because of the art style and
Well, that too,
the
and
fact
this
that
head
there was an
color.
alien in it. The
There's
fact that there
one
was an
buff
alien in it.
He was pretty buff. Normally they're pretty scrawny, skinny, and unattractive. And his face is unattractive as hell, but he had a nice bod. Anyway,
You don't like the bulbous head look?
no,
I think that's
That's
alien
not the
racism, Raven.
it just doesn't.
If you won't have babies with the giant gray guy with the 3-foot head, that's racism's. You're an istophobe of the alienophobes.
Well, so be it. They don't do anything for me. But yeah.
Alienophobe.
If he's trying to send the message that he's got control of the situation and is in control of the aliens, I think
Donald
it's
Trump doesn't have control of his own bowels.
I know. So what? I mean, why would you?
Okay, you
The
see,
leader of the free world that's not so free, but why the hell would you post a picture like that? I just like,
because he's an idiot.
was that
He,
something
see-
that was
he sees pictures generated by AI on the internet with him in them and just posts them without thinking about what they mean. Okay?
And how does he have time to do all that shit? He has a bunch of them.
It's called the toilet.
You're probably right.
You gotta poop. Raven, in the words of some child book author, everyone poops.
Yeah, I understand that. You need to explain that.
Oh. I'm gonna look up.
Anyway, how did we get?
Everyone
Okay, I'm
poops.
trying to tell this story about John Lennon. Okay, so he this ring then he has
Everyone poops.
this encounter where these grays come to his apartment there that's on the Thames. He said it was right after he was done meditating and he comes out of the sarcophagus, which sounds so funny anyway. String all that together in a sentence, it's like it sounds crazy. But yeah, he had a little visitation from those gray aliens, supposedly. I did my term paper was on John Lennon.
Of course it was.
Yeah, you had to pick somebody from that modern era, like within 10 years or whatever. And I graduated the year you were born. So, my God, that puts me old. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, so John Lennon was
Prone.
so he would let me do Rod Stewart. So I had to do somebody that was,
Why not Rod Stewart?
because
His
he
name
wasn't
too
dead yet.
sexy.
Yeah. Hot legs carry me out. Anyway, yeah, I just thought that was really funny that he had a sarcophagus. To meditate
Yeah.
in a sarcophagus would be.
I just want to get this up here. You can buy this book on Amazon. Everyone poops.
But do aliens poop? Some aliens don't have much of a mouth.
I don't think you know where poop comes from.
If they don't have a mouth, we don't have a mouth. They may not have a bum either. Just saying.
Yay! You don't need a big sphincter to have poop come out of, Raven. Not
Well,
everybody
some
needs
people
the
have shit
rosebud.
come out of their mouth, like you.
I don't know how she. I'm not. You see, I'm pretty
You're
sure you
full
don't
of it.
know.
What are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure you don't know where poop comes from.
Hey, Renee says there's an echo going on. Can you check?
I cannot hear it.
Is it Renee? Can you tell me? Is he having the echo, or is it me, or is it just both?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, she said that sounds creepy laying in one of those. I know. I would be like, wow, what kind of impressions being Renee's is sensitive like I am. What kind of impressions you would get laying in that thing, and would you have like
I'm
how
pretty.
long that person laid in that sarcophagus?
I'm pretty
Or-
sure the impression John Lennon got was, "Woo, this is some dank weed, bro."
No, I'm talking about like to go even to fall asleep in there, not even meditate. If you would end up because of the energy and the put it in a scientific way, okay, the atoms you would be surrounded by. If you would then your consciousness would go back to that point in time in Egypt and show you, pictures and visions of what life was like at the time that this thing was created, because these were all made by hand. And
Yeah.
an
No, Raven, you're breaking kayfabe here.
huh?
Frame kayfabe. It's what they call breaking the perception in wrestling. You can't break kayfabe. Everybody knows every single thing of the Egyptians was made by space alien technology. Nothing was made by hand. They were made by the Irregulans and their.
Yes, they were, because the sarcophagus would match the features of the person it contained inside.
Doesn't matter. It was still made by
They
aliens.
weren't mass produced.
They were made by bespoke alien technologies.
Renee says that we're both echoing.
Okay, I have no idea. Check to see if you have it open on 2 tabs, because I'm not hearing any echoing on my end.
Okay.
I will.
Well, come here.
And see if that works. I just shut us both off and turned us both back on.
Okay.
Yes,
that helps. Anyway, the sarcophagus had lots of man hours because they were all hand painted. They were made in the likeness of the person contained therein. She's going out and reopen. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Exit. Yeah. So there's a lot of energy. Like there's a little piece of that artist, no matter what medium they're using. Where there's pottery, where there's a painting, where there's a piece of music. Whether it's cooking a magnificent dish, there's an element of your spirit, of your essence that goes into that object. So sensitive people and psychic people, when you're talking about like something like the sarcophagus or a vase or whatever, can pick up on read that energy. And that's how they do That is how it's done. Yes, it's not so airy fairy and woo woo as you think. It's reading
No,
energy,
it's
and
100%.
everything is
But
energy.
but still, Raven. But still, you're getting it wrong. There were no craftsmen involved in the construction of anything from Egypt. They were
Yes.
all made by robots, owned and operated by the Irregulan.
All right, show
Uh,
me an ancient robot.
they're not our robots. The aliens took them with them.
Oh, I thought you didn't believe in aliens.
I don't believe in any of this shit, but it's the way the story goes, and we gotta stick
The
to
story
it.
you just made up. You mean?
No, I've heard this story on Art Bell before.
No, you haven't.
I absolutely have. I'm
Now,
sticking to
alien
that.
technology. Yeah, some of that stuff is
Yeah.
our machine.
Aliens built the pyramids and everything in them. That's
Well,
what
yeah,
I was told, and
I believe
that's
that.
what I'm sticking to.
And there are
Yes,
Christopher Dunn.
aliens to Egypt definitely built the pyramids. They were just human aliens at the end of a whip.
The
Where there's a
pyramids
whip,
are
there's a
much
way.
older than what they're giving them credit for.
They're probably younger.
There are like machine tool marks that Christopher
There
Dunn,
aren't machine
University of Chicago.
tools. There are not machine tools.
Yes, there are. There's a statue of Tutmosis III, and he shows where the artist glitched, and you can see the saw marks in the like bottom corner. He's like sitting there
Yes,
with this in it, like right down here.
Raven.
He's
the
a
sauce,
machinist, an engineer from University of Chicago.
but he's not the right kind of engineer. That's why I keep telling you to watch those Dr. What's His Face videos, because he breaks down how all of that stuff was done and why the people that make take you on these tours to show you these weird alien stuff are bunk.
Well, Christopher Dunn is not bunk.
He's bunk.
No, he's
not
not.
qualified to do what he's saying, and
Yes,
he refuses to take the courses to become
You
qualified.
don't even know who the hell he is. So
Yes, I know
you
who
know.
he is. He's the guy that you just said he was. I've seen him on the freaking thing. Yeah, because the saws weren't powered, Raven, doesn't mean they didn't have saws. There is reconstructions of them cutting those bricks with copper saws and sand powder.
Chicken bones.
I don't know about chicken bones. I've not seen anything about chicken bones.
That's
But
a
copper
joke.
sauce.
They
And
didn't do all of that and all that mastery of art with chicken bones and copper tools.
Raven, it took an F ton of time.
No,
but
didn't.
they had nothing else to do. Right? That's the difference. When you have time because there isn't television to distract you.
Oh my god.
You get things done. When you have 5,000 slaves working at cutting
do you know
bricks.
No, they didn't have the intellect. 5,000 slaves did not have the intellect or the level of mastery and precision necessary to build that monument. No way. No.
First of all, that tells me you've never worked on a construction site because you only need one smart motherfucker.
I have worked on a construction site.
You only need one smart motherfucker and a bunch of people that are literally not as evolved as chimpanzees to work construction.
Arguing with you is just not good for my blood pressure.
I've worked heavy construction. Okay? A lot of those motherfuckers were never sober. Both drugs and alcohol. And you just point them generally in that direction and say, nail. You check electricity on before cut wire. And half the time they didn't. I literally saw a guy fly across a room because he was told, check to see if the voltage is still on. And he just snip.
Well, what a dumbass.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
And sorry, you don't need to be smart to have three guys, like one holding this end of a copper strip and one holding that end of a copper strip, and another one sprinkling sand along the line while they push back and forth for 12 hours at a
Every
time.
attempt that modern man has made to try to duplicate those monuments has failed.
Raven, it hasn't been for knowing the methods, it's been for not wanting to spend the time. And that's it. If you had like the funding to have
No, there's been several
500,
universities went over there, and a team from Japan went over there and tried to duplicate and make
yes, Raven, let me finish
not
my
possible.
statement. If you had the funding for 500 guys and 10 years, you could replicate one of those monuments.
No, you couldn't. You can't.
Yes.
You cannot.
Yes,
It's
Raven, because
impossible.
they've
Not
replicated
possible.
all the methods.
I will die on this hill. And arguing with you on that, I will die on this hill. Yes. No way. No way. No
it's
way.
most definitely possible. We don't, because we have faster and cheaper methods of construction. Someone invented concrete.
They can't.
Someone
they can't
invented
get
reinforced
around
rebar.
that damn stone to push it up and drag it up with ropes. They've tried. They've tried to duplicate based on that theory.
Raven, there was this series in the early 2000s called Engineering an Empire, in which they showed them moving. No,
it's never been able to be duplicated. It's a theory only. It's not fact.
They moved it like 15 feet and said, "We've shown how it's done. We don't need to keep doing it."
I saw that where they were rolling it on logs, and they pick up this log and then put it in front and then push it and then do that. They'd still be building that damn thing. Do you know how many blocks are in the Great Pyramid?
Yes.
Tons,
and they had hundreds of thousands of people, and it took them over 400 years to build one of them.
No, it didn't. In fact, they were already there when we started making records of history. The oldest stuff that we've got is from India. In fact, it goes back 5,000 years. That's it, because we've had so many different cataclysms that have wiped everything out, but they were there. There are watermarks not only on the Sphinx but on the pyramids. Sphinx is older than the pyramids, even though.
Yes, the not the older thing, but the watermarks. The area used to be a lot more lush.
Oh yeah,
the whole area used to be a lot more lush.
And the Nile used to come up very close. Much closer to them.
I don't know about that, but I know the area used to be a lot more lush. Not just because they were required to irrigate the area a lot more, because they needed the water and there wasn't like desalination and global food transports and stuff like that. And I think they should just re-irrigate the whole area because it would look nicer. And I'm an aesthetically minded person. Oh, but no, like Egypt was a colony of Macedonia. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, Alexander the Great.
No, before him,
no.
like he was reconquering an old territory of theirs.
I'm not aware of that. No. What dynasty?
Like
was
the original people of that region were colonists from Macedonia.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
No, they were colonists from Atlantis.
A place that doesn't exist and never did.
It did exist.
No, Raven. Like, you can read fucking, what was it, Plutarch. He admits to making the thing up as a thought experiment.
Well, that was Plutarch, but that's not...
And nothing of Atlantis existed before his story.
No, actually, there were colonies all over. And the main city...
And I'm crazy for saying the sarcophaguses were made by the aliens as a joke, and she thinks fucking Atlantis is real.
No, Atlantis was real. You'll see. Just wait. It'll be disclosed.
Disclosed by who?
Disclosure.
Plutarch? You thought it was
CIA
going to
knows
come.
about it even, and
Why would the
vast
CIA
majority
know
of
about
this
it?
city is sunken, and you can see it. It's in a very deep part of the Caribbean. If you're looking at a map and you see, where Cuba is right underneath
Oh, is
Florida,
that why they're blockading Cuba and trying to arrest what's his face?
I
They
have
just
no
put an
idea about
arrest
that, but
warrant
I can
out.
tell you that the scientist is a woman who discovered it and was on a what do they call that? Uh, an agreement, that you have to sign to keep your mouth shut. What do they call those things? A like a gag order or
Non-disclosure
whatever.
act,
Uh, and that has
which
like a what do they call that? A non-disclosure agreement? Is that what
yeah,
it's called? Something like
yeah, yeah. I just said that,
that. Okay.
and it
But there,
doesn't.
and you can see. Okay, so the pictures show lots of different pyramids, but it's definitely like an avenue. There are like the foundations of the buildings you can see, like if you even like a modern city planning, how you see
And
it's not
if
a random, it's not like a natural placement, and there's
Ray,
right angles don't occur in nature.
and how did she get this photo from a helicopter?
No, this is one of those deep sea subs. They've got
Yeah,
pictures of it. She's
uh,
an archaeologist. She's an underwater archaeologist, and she's Greek.
with
Can't remember now.
Nemo.
Or she's French. She's either French or Greek. I know there had to be an interpreter because she didn't speak
Yes,
English. But, anyway, I've known about that for a while. When they first
five
discovered it,
Tesla,
that story was quickly scrubbed
five
and
Tesla.
suppressed. Huh? It was about 10. I'm thinking about 10 years ago. Um, and they had a little bit of a better blip on TV. I remember seeing it. But anyway, you'll see. No, Atlantis was absolutely real, and I don't know anything much about Plutarch, but it was
So Plutarch.
uh, or who was oh, it's one of those famous Greek guys, but it's not Plutarch. It's
Sorry about the
oh,
coughing.
not, not. Oh, come on! I know this. Damn it! Come on, brain. Uh,
Not the guy, not Homer.
Pythagoras,
No, he did the theorem.
but it was his uncle, Origin, or that brought the
Who made up the
story
story of
back to
Atlantis?
Greek from being there and spending time with the Egyptian priests.
Da, 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 da.
Plato,
Plato. Yeah, Plato.
Plato, Plato.
Plato.
It was his uncle.
Oh,
It begins with an O, and his name begins with an O. And I want to say,
okay, so Plato made up Atlantis as a thought experiment to to explain his preferred style of government. And you would not like to live in that government because it's one based on slavery.
a lot of them weren't
Yes.
back then.
And it's where the term utopia comes from.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the echo has been fixed.
Yes, that was a while ago.
I didn't know if you saw that or not. It's just
That was like a half hour ago.
okay. All right. So we're gonna write again.
We can do that.
Let's do that.
But you need to stop being crazy.
I'm not crazy. You need to stop being such stubborn.
You should read Plato and Plutarch.
I have.
I don't believe you. Doesn't matter. I have the power of mute once I can figure out how it works. Oh. Okay, well, we got to start wrapping up.
Hmm. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't tell you something that was interesting. I had run across this video of something new and fun to do on the weekends when you're not watching the quantum show. That is, are these people are throwing conspiracy theory parties? Yeah, it's really a fun idea. So everybody, researches their favorite conspiracy theory or whatever, and does a short presentation, for the group, and then you pick a winner.
It's like Pictionary, but for psychopaths.
I thought it was a really, really cool idea.
Oh.
And you could even, I think, look, really, you could do that on a live, on a YouTube panel thing.
You do it every
You can't.
week.
Uh, well, no, I don't have other people bringing their favorite.
No, Nathan does it every week.
Well,
You participate in that every week.
it's just not like it's already like it's formatted that way that everybody brings their favorite conspiracy theory. We just get onto all kinds of different topics, But I thought, what a fun idea!
Yeah, well, like I said, psychopaths. you guys can't stay focused on anything.
That's the fun of it, though. We're quantum.
There's something.
Quantum is like all possibilities and connections all at the same time. One big clusterfuck of a soup. I guess I don't know what you want to call it, but it's I was just watching a thing on Wi-Files this afternoon about the quantum computer that Google has made to try to thwart any future security breaches of the hackers using quantum computers to get into.
Apparently, China's got some quantum computers now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. And since they're the first world now.
Well, they're threatening to go back to the moon and make public everything they see up there.
Yeah. So everything
The buildings, everything else.
The buildings. The Chinese aren't crazy.
No, they're not. Well, they are kind of in a way. They're, the leaders are kind of crazy. They have absolutely no regard for human life whatsoever.
Who told you that?
Throughout history.
Yeah.
They devised the best torture systems.
Compared to who? Really? I don't think the Chinese ever had the Tower of London.
No. Torture.
I told you about the Tower of London, what they used to do to people, because it sits on the Thames, right? And
yeah, the water when it would rise in
the rats.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But I think the water dripping on the forehead thing, that would just drive you.
That's just annoying.
Bad. Oh, well, yeah, but it gets to the point where you can't move your head and turn away, and you'd have to try to sleep like that and have that constantly. Oh my God, it would be so. Yeah. Right.
Oh, there's waterboarding. You guys did the waterboarding.
That's what that's called, isn't it? Waterboarding.
No, that's the drip.
What's the waterboarding then?
The waterboarding is where they tie you down and they take a towel and they soak it and they throw it over your face. So you have to breathe through the wet cloth and it causes you to drown. Then they just pull the cloth away so you can start breathing again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you get drowning-like symptoms.
Oh, jeez. That's waterboarding, huh? I didn't know that. I thought the dripping thing was what was called waterboarding.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway.
Or, you can be tied by your wrists above your head so your toes barely touch the ground. And it causes just a little bit of pressure on your lungs. So you slowly choke to death while still being able to breathe.
Heard that.
Yeah, and you can survive like that for weeks.
Yeah, That was a torturing device. The Vikings did that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I want to do to everybody that tells me about fucking UFOs.
You cannot remain in denial much longer. You're going to have to just grow up and face the fact that they're real.
Yeah,
And
Disclosure Day is going to come out. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be, you're all dumb.
Already had disclosure, pretty much. But the president is going to make a formal announcement.
Yeah. It's we're going back to war with Iran.
No. I was listening to Coast to Coast last night,
and then Washington's going to go up in nuclear hellfire because the Chinese said they're going to start nuking you if you go back to war.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you're also out of missiles, vessels. I've successfully exacerbated Raven, so I'm gonna say Taco Bell, and we'll see you on Monday if her internet's working.
It should be.
Okay.
Anyway, have a good weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, and have fun.
Do some writing.
Renee has a family, I think she said, coming, right?
I'm
trying to rewind the chat, and I can't rewind it. Oh, that's reminded me. Anyway, she's got family coming, and they're going to have a good weekend. So have fun, and we'll see you on Monday.
I have to pull out the other one.
That's okay.
I have relatives coming in. This right here. I have relatives coming
There.
This weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how much writing I'm going to get done.
Have fun barbecuing.
Yes. For children, yeah. You know what you do is you quickly run down to the pet store and get a bunch of those shock collars for pit bulls. Yeah, and you put them on the kids, and then you give the other ones the thing. You can tell them to go play shock collar tag.
Oh. And this is why he never sees any nieces and nephews. They never let him babysit.
I got like 30 of them.
I bet you've never babysat once, have you?
No, they're all like adults. Oh. Okay, we'll see you on Monday. I'm gonna hit the office.
See you on Monday.
I've got to go up.